Okay, now look at here. If you want to integrate, you look at this. This is the bracket. This is n. That means when integrate, the bracket outside, the bracket this one, we call it the function. So when integration means you want to change this function. This function n can be changed into n plus 1 over n plus 1. Okay, this is the function. You see the bracket is the same, no change, but the function will change. The function outside the bracket will change. But in order to change like this, you must make sure you have to differentiate this. What is inside the bracket only? Inside the bracket. That means inside here. You just differentiate inside here. You don't when you differentiate, you don't look at this n. You just look at the bracket inside here. And this n already changed to n plus 1 over n plus 1. And then you differentiate this, you must get this. Then only this is correct. Okay. When you have, okay, we skip to this one first. If you have negative 1, same thing. This negative 1 is outside the bracket. You see another bracket. So this is the function that you want to change in this integration. So this function can change you to ln. Again, this is the bracket. Then whatever inside this bracket, you have to differentiate to get this. Then only this is correct. Without this, is wrong. Okay, when you come to exponential, when you look at exponential, that means the bracket is on top. Then this bracket, the exponential is outside. That means this exponential is the function that you want to change in this integration. When we do integration and differentiation, we are changing the function. So this function will get back the same function, exponential. And then the bracket has no change. Okay, and then again this bracket you have to differentiate. That means you must get something else here. You differentiate the bracket. Okay, so for this, all this we call it the trigonometric function. For trigonometric function, for sine, you see the bracket blue in color, no change, but the sign will change to the negative cos when you integrate. But to change like this, you have to differentiate whatever inside this bracket to get it here. Cos, same thing. When cos, the function, the bracket is here, the function is cos. So you want to change cos. When you change cos, will become sine. Again, differentiate. You must get this. You differentiate the bracket. Here also you differentiate the bracket. You must get this, and then secant square will become tangent, and then the same bracket. Finally, this one cosecant square, the bracket, the function is cosecant square, your change will become negative cotangent. Same bracket, and must have this. Without this, your change is wrong. This is the must, syarat yang perlu ada. Okay, so now I give you example. You see, like this one. Actually, we can write it like this. Sine x 1 minus 2 cos x. Definitely you have to put the bracket, isn't it? How can you write without the bracket? Then it's negative 1. Am I right? So now you look at this. Outside the bracket, this negative 1 is the function that you want to change. So when you want to change this function negative 1, then you have to go to number 4. Negative 1, you see now, it's number 4. So become ln. Yes or no? So therefore, this one will become ln, and then modulus, because ln always got modulus, 1 minus 2 cos x. But one more thing. Okay, now you differentiate whatever inside here, inside the bracket only. When you want to differentiate inside the bracket only, don't look at this. This one already become ln. So no more, don't look at this anymore. So when I differentiate, don't look at this. Only look at this. So when you differentiate, 1 is 0. Then when you differentiate, this one is cos, you differentiate become negative sign. So you get negative 2 negative sine x. So it becomes 2 sine x. So that means you just add a 2 here because you need to have 2 sine x. Then you divide by 2. That is the correct answer. This is the correct answer. Okay, so you can add only numbers. You cannot add x, remember. Okay, so you can only add numbers. So here, because I differentiate this, I get 2 sine x, so I just add a 2. So that it becomes 2 sine x. Then 1 over 2. Okay, now look at this. When I want to differentiate this, integrate this is the bracket now. The bracket is here. The bracket is here. So that means this one is the same as number 2. Yes or no? It's the same as number 2. The bracket is on, then the bracket is the power, exponential. So when I integrate this is the function which I'm going to integrate. Means I'm going to change exponential, change will become exponential. So when I change this one, I still get exponential, and then the bracket is the same one, like that, then plus c. Exponential change become exponential, but you have to differentiate this. So when you differentiate this, you get negative 6x squared. So you just add a negative 6, you add a negative 6, then here you divide by negative 6. So this is the answer. It's correct. That's all. It's like that only. It's so simple. You just have to understand. Okay, in this case, you have to write it like this. E negative x, and then you see I still have to use bracket. Yes or no? You see I draw a bracket. So this is 3 minus 2 e negative x, and then this is half, negative half. Is it? So which function I'm going to change? I'm going to change this function, the one outside the bracket. That is the way I write, the one outside the bracket. So I'm going to change this. That means this is number 1. Yes or no? I'm going to add 1, divide by, add 1. It's number 1. Yes or no? It's not this. It's number 1. So I will get 3 minus 2e negative x plus 1 become half over half, and then plus c. Correct? Okay. Then you have to differentiate this to get this. So when I say differentiate, you just look at the bracket only. Don't look at this. I don't ask you to look at this. You look at only, okay, I close this one. So when I differentiate this, what do I get? You get negative 2, differentiate this, you get e negative x, negative 1. So it's 2e negative x. So you just add a 2 here because it's 2e negative x. So you just add a 2, yes or no? So you add the numbers. Then this is correct. Okay, so when you simplify this, then you get 3 minus 2e negative x square root, then plus c. That is 100% correct. It's like that. Okay, next. Look at this. If this one, what we have to do, I told you already, whatever constant you have, you just bring it out, take it out. And then here I have x negative 1 ln 3x, you see, and then negative 1, am I right? See, negative 1. So which function are we going to integrate? Are we going to change? Is the negative 1. So when you change this function, what do you get? You will get ln, isn't it? Y. Look at number 4 here. Is it negative 1? You will get ln. So you will get ln 3x, then plus c. Right. But not yet finished. You have to differentiate this. When you differentiate this, what do you get? You have to differentiate this. Do you get this? Okay, never mind, we differentiate. Ln 3x, when I differentiate, I will get 3x negative 1. Okay, you see, I differentiate ln 3x. First, I differentiate this, so I get 3x negative 1. Then when I differentiate 3x, I get 3. So 3 over 3x, which is x negative 1. That means it's exactly like this. So I don't have to add anything. Okay, it's exactly the same. So that means this is 3, there is 3. Okay? Okay, then we come to this. Now we come to this. How to integrate this? Okay, if you understand, you see, this is secant square x, and then here, this tangent, I can write it like this. Why? Like this. I purposely put the bracket here and the 1. That means I can integrate this 1 to become what? 2 over 2. Is it? So when I integrate this, I get tangent x squared over 2 plus c. Am I right? But here, after that, you still have to differentiate this. Is it? When you differentiate it, you get secant square. That means you don't have to add anything. It's already correct. So this is already correct. So that means the answer is half tangent square x plus c. That's the answer. Okay, now come to the final one. This one I can write it like this. So this x negative half, and then e square root x dx. Okay, I'll look at this one first. The bracket is here. Then I want to change this ex. I want to change this function. Integration, I said many times already, integration means you want to change. Okay, this function where you change, you still get back the same function. Then plus c. Okay? Okay, now, here, then you have to differentiate this. When you differentiate this, what do you get? You get half x negative half. That means here you have to add a half, then 1 over half, which is equal to 2. Then this is correct. Okay, how about this side? 1 over 3 you take out, then you want to integrate e square root x dx. This one is 1 over 3, then you want to integrate, this is ex and then half. So you get 1 over 3 integrate e half x dx. Now you see where is the bracket? The bracket should be this one. This is the bracket. So what function you want to integrate? The one outside. What function you want to integrate means which function you want to change? Exponential. So you change exponential, you still get back exponential. Is it? You still get exponential. But what must we have here? You differentiate the bracket. Is it? You must have half. So 1 over half. So 1 over half is 2. So plus c. Therefore, you know the answer is 2 over 3 e half x plus c. That's all. Okay.